Thank you. Before I begin, I would like to express my deepest gratitude to the symposium organizers for their meticulous efforts in coordinating this gathering. We stand at the precipice of an area where artificial intelligence can acquire knowledge and assist in medical decision-making. In our pursuit of superative healthcare, we are faced with numerous challenges of rising costs, diagnostic accuracies, and systemic efficiency issues. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very pleased to be here today to discuss a topic of big data analytics in laboratory medicine. After Deep Blue, a chess-playing AI computer developed by IBM defeated the world chess champion in 1997. IBM began exploring the potential of AI in healthcare with Dr. Watson. Despite early promise, Dr. Watson struggled in the marketplace, highlighting the complexity of AI in healthcare and ultimately failed. In 2016, AlphaGo revolutionized AI by mastering the complex game of Go, reshaping the possibility of healthcare. Chess has fewer and fewer pieces as the game processes, so the number of possible outcomes is constantly decreasing. But Go has more and more pieces, so the number of possibility outcomes is nearly infinite as the game process. Because of these differences, AI prior to AlphaGo was known to lag significantly behind the human champions, but advanced in mathematical modeling and the introduction of the concept of dimensionality reduction have led to significant advance in deep learning. Since AlphaGo, AI has achieved remarkable success, and its application in healthcare is again being widely explored. Here are 4 previous reports that use AI in real-world healthcare. The first is about a machine learning model for predicting the presence of COVID-19 published in Clinical Chemistry in 2020. Most hospitals run a PCR on patients upon admission to determine if they have COVID-19. In some cases, infections occur after hospitalization, but without specific symptoms, this patient can be missed, putting them at risk of nosocomial transmission. This paper developed a machine learning model that predicts COVID-19 based on routine odor tests during hospitalization, like this parameter, such as CBC and CRP, with an area under the curve value of 85%. Performing selective PCR testing on patients who are determined to have possible COVID-19 by this AI model would be one way to reduce nosocomial transmission at a low cost. The second paper, published in the Journal of Hepatology in 2022 by Seoul National University, is about an AI model that predicts whether patients with hepatitis B virus infection are at risk of developing hepatocellular carcinoma in the future. In this paper, a prediction model was created using the XGBoost classifier, and the top clinical indicators utilized by the machine learning model to make predictions are shown in the figure of the sharp value, like these indicators. And also published the code of this AI model on GitHub and provided a web application that predicts the probability of hepatocellular carcinoma by entering the actual information of a patient by following the link. This 2022 paper in the Lancet Infectious Disease utilized AI to create a traditional multiple regression model with a selected metrics to predict the prognosis of patients with bloodstream infections. They had a very large number of parameters from clinical registries and surveys. We usually consider a p-value of less than 0.05 to be significant. But to put it differently, if we examine 100 parameters, 5 may be considered significant by chance. Reducing this first discovery rate was possible in this paper by selecting indicators using AI techniques. In conclusion, the authors provide a prognostic model called Bloom's score using a conventional logistic regression analysis. This first paper, published in eClinical Medicine in 2023, retrospectively collected patient clinical information from Severance Hospital to create an AI model that classified the cause of meningitis as autoimmune, bacterial, tuberculosis, or viral. To achieve the best performing model, they used an ensemble model of TemNet, which is Google's deep learning algorithm for tubular dataset, and the XGBoost classifier among machine learning algorithms. The Severance Clinical Research and Analysis Portal, SCRAP, is a tool that allows researchers to extract all of Severance electronic medical records in bulk. It contains data collected from 3 Severance hospitals in Sinchon, Gangnam, and Yongin since 2005, making it easy for researchers to extract medical big data. Our research team has experience utilizing this data for a variety of studies. To identify the transmission route of the Elizabeth skin gas strain that caused the hospital outbreak, we used the SCRAP to collect the information of more than 6,000 patients admitted to the outbreak wards and found that mechanical ventilators acted as the reservoirs for the strain, which was reported in emerging infectious disease. We attempt to utilize big data, including real-world clinical information that can be easily extracted for AI analysis. In 2022, when my military service ended, we published models to predict in-hospital mortality for patients admitted to ICUs in Sinchon and Gangnam Severance, and model to predict the severity of patients with C. difficile infection as pilot studies. While this data is not yet published, we have recently applied our AI models to microbiome analysis. In addition to the LabSe analysis, which is widely used in microbiome research, we created a Cox proportional hazard model based on the importance features selected by the AI techniques. To briefly conclude, you can see here, Enterococcaceae and Enterobacteriaceae were risk factors for in-hospital mortality in patients with antibiotic-associated diarrhea among numerous OTUs from microbiome analysis. I believe that the way forward for diagnostic laboratory medicine is to provide new insights to clinicians. Let's take serum creatinine as an example. This test is typically reported alongside with estimated GFR measurement, which is obtained by a formula that includes patient age, sex, race, and a serum creatinine measurement. This gives clinicians a more accurate and standardized perception of a patient's kidney function, which in turn helps with patient management. While many biomarkers and metrics are tested and reported in the diagnostic testing, few of them provide additional information like estimated GFR. The use of AI models is a way to bring novel insights to the accumulation of tests at minimal cost. For the study of clinical microbiology, it is necessary to approach it from both the host factor, antibiotic factor, and microbial factor perspectives. So far, we've created models for urinary tract infections, pneumonia, and bloodstream infections. And today, I'm going to share my experience with the UTI model. Urinary tract infections stand as a pervasive issue, prevalent both in community and hospital settings. The established standard for diagnosing UTIs is urine culture, but length turnaround time renders it unsuitable as a screening tool for initiating empirical treatment. Therefore, a presumptive diagnosis by urinalysis is preferred for guiding UTI treatment decision. Automated urinalysis, which is continuously evolving, offering timely results and potential benefits in reducing laboratory workload and medical costs. Leukocyte esterase, nitrite, and microscopic WBC counts are used to diagnose UTIs in automated urinalysis. Nitrite is produced in the presence of bacteria with nitrite reductase. Common UTI-causing pathogens such as E. coli and Klebsiella, Proteus mirabilis have nitrite reductase, but non-glucose fermenting gram-negative bacteria such as Pseudomonas acinetobacter species and most gram-positive bacteria and fungi, including Candida, do not have nitrate reductase, making this test essentially a false negative. Leukocyte esterase is known to have a relatively high accuracy compared to nitrite, but again, its performance depends on the study population. When the prevalence of UTIs in the study population is low, both the sensitivity and specificity of diagnosing UTIs using these two tests are greatly reduced. This paper was published in Journal of Infection in 2022 after our research team analyzed information on patients who visited Sinchon and Gangnam Severance Hospital for UTIs between 2011 and 2021. More than 80,000 patients with UTIs were included in the study, and more than 5,000 of them progressed to secondary bloodstream infections. As you can see in this graph, the outermost dark red color, the outermost dark red color represents UTIs caused by Candida species, while the inner dark blue color corresponds to those caused by E. coli. Over the year, the prevalence of UTIs caused by E. coli has steadily decreased, while Candidiaria has increased dramatically. In Poisson regression, Candidiaria showed a significant increase of 20% per year on average. This shift in pathogenic spectrum was found to be associated with an aging patient population and increased use of urologic devices, suggesting that this trend is not temporary and may intensify. As you can see in this graph, the darker the red color, the higher the risk of death, and the darker the blue color, the higher the chance of survival. While E. coli is the most common cause of UTIs, it has a relatively favorable prognosis. In contrast, UTI caused by Enterococcus or Candida, whose prevalence is increasing, are associated with a high risk of death. The increase in non-E. coli UTIs is therefore not just a change in causative microorganisms, but may also be contributing to an increase in the severity of UTIs. Back to the urinalysis part. It is mentioned that strains without nitrate reductase give false positive on nitrite tests. Therefore, the increase in non-E. coli UTIs is likely contributing to the poor performance of automated urinalysis. Therefore, we designed a collaborate study to combine SCL and surveillance data, which use different urinalysis devices and have different patient characteristics. The aim of this study was to evaluate the performance of automated urinalysis in the context of UTI-causative microorganisms. By integrating data from different urinalysis devices, the variation in performance across the pathogenic spectrum was tried to demonstrate it. Furthermore, we also investigated whether the prediction performance of UTI can be improved via an artificial intelligence model based on conventional urinalysis data. The study was conducted with the following protocol. We retrospectively collected all cases in which urine culture and automated urinalysis were performed on the same day at two university hospitals and SCL between 2011 and 2022. Prior to modeling, continuous variables were standardized and missing values were inputted using median values. Various classifiers were compared utilizing functions from the PyCal library. Based on the outcome, XGBoost classifier were selected to further analysis, which exhibited best performance. Additionally, we employed TemNet for deep learning and an ensemble model that combined machine learning techniques to enhance predictive capabilities. We recently published the UTI prediction model using the surveillance dataset and shared the web application code for the model on GitHub. Using this code, you can enter you can enter these 10 indicators and press the predict button to predict whether a patient has a UTI and the likelihood of progression to a secondary bloodstream infection. Data from over 80,000 UTI patients and over 280,000 non-UTI patients were enrolled in this study. This included instructions with different patient characteristics using different automated urinalysis devices, increasing the standardization and generalization of the findings. These graphs illustrate the detection capability of automated urinalysis tests by UTI-causative microorganisms. In the leftmost graph, the x-axis corresponds to nitrate and the y-axis to leukocyte esterase. With the circle size representing the number of cases, red colors for gram-negative bacteria, blues for gram-positive bacteria, and blacks for UTI cases caused by fungi. It can be seen the conventional urinalysis has a relatively high detection rate for UTIs caused by gram-negative bacteria, but only a sensitivity of around 50% for UTIs caused by gram-positive bacteria or fungi. This result is similar for WBC count and bacteria count as shown in figure B. The spiral plot on the right shows the positivity rates of the various automated urinalysis tests for gram-positive, gram-negative, fungal, and polymicrobial infections. The smallest yellow area in the center is data from patients with negative urine cultures, which consistently showed a significantly larger area for gram-negative bacteria, but not for gram-positive or fungi. In conclusion, the performance of the existing urinalysis items in diagnosing UTIs was about 0.7 AU ROC value. We externally validated the AI models that combines patient basic information and urinalysis items for the surveillance dataset on the SCL dataset. And the performance results are shown in the table. The AI models improved the performance of the existing reanalysis to over AURC 0.8 without additional testing or cost. The sharp analysis results and feature importance of this model were as follows. In addition, we plan to create a web application that deploys it to the SCL system. In the future, urinalysis referred to SCL will be able to simultaneously report the predictive value of UTI presented by the AI model. In closing, the synergy of AI and healthcare represents an evolving narrative where lessons from past endeavor contribute to the future innovation. Using artificial intelligence model in laboratory medicine could provide new insights at no additional cost. I extend my appreciation for your attentive presence during this discourse. Thank you.